Are we living in the golden age of Bobcat basketball? One more win tonight would solidify this as the greatest three-year stretch in program history. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly, live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, courtside at Idaho Central Arena in Boise. Tonight, it's the 47th Big Sky Conference Tournament title game, and this one features the number 2 seed, the Montana State University Bobcats. They come in at 24-9 with 7 straight wins, and their opponent tonight is number 9, Northern Arizona. The Lumberjacks are 12-22 overall this year, but they have won 5 of their last 6, and they are the hottest team in this conference tournament, having to play that extra first-round game, but it didn't matter as they took down number 1 Eastern Washington in the quarterfinals, and they come in as the Cinderella in this championship affair. All right, let's get to our starting lineup before our Prime Lending tip-off tonight. The home team in the white uniforms. It is Darius Brown starting at the point guard position after playing 49 minutes in the double overtime win of the semifinals last night. With him is Raekwon Battle, who had the game-winning flush last night on the alley-oop from Brown to Battle. Tyler Patterson in the backcourt with Caleb Fuller starting at the 4, and Jabril Bello, one of the most successful players in program history, starting at the 5. For Northern Arizona, Shane Burkar, the 4th-year head coach, has this as his starting 5. In the backcourt, it is Jalen Cone, who's scoring 18 points per game. He has been the star of this tournament, averaging over 20 points per game, and he has been automatic from the three-point line as of late. Joining him in the backcourt is Xavier Fuller, who went off for a couple of big games in the 2 matchups against Montana State. Liam Lloyd, the deadly three-point shooter, who's been a little quiet, starts in the backcourt. Nick Maines, another versatile front-court player who could step out and shoot the 3 as well. And Carson Tout, who's averaging nearly a double-double in this tournament. Montana State is in the home white uniform. They're the top cat in this ball game after putting up 15 conference wins, second most in program history, only to last year when they rocked out 16. Northern Arizona has struggled over the years and the last couple of seasons, but they were a team that was snake-bitten by luck all year, and now they have finally got the basketball gods on their side through the tournament. They are sporting their navy blue unis with a white font. The ball is tossed in the air, and the tip is won by the NAU Lumberjacks, and here we go in the conference championship game. Tip-off presented by Prime Lending. NAU with the ball to our right. Nick Maines has it out high and gives to Jalen Cone, who's picked up by Darius Brown, the reigning Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. Toss into the post. That is tipped and stolen. Bobcats in transition. Brown to the rack. Lefty layup is good. Bobcats have built this program on defense over the last 3 years, and they start the tournament game, the title game, with the first 2 points on a steal and a transition lay-in by Darius Brown. Cats with it, bounce into the post, tipped and stolen again. Jabril Bello with the defense this time. Brown to Battle up the top. He's got a head of steam to the rack. Righty layup up and good. Raekwon Battle accelerating and blasting through the paint. Records his first 2 points of the night. Battle averaging over 13 a game in his Big Sky tournament career. NAU with the ball to our right. Cats up 4-0, a minute into the first half. Into the post, Maines turns lefty hook, no good. Caleb Fuller clears the rebound. The glass was a place where the Bobcats got beaten up in that second meeting where Montana State survived with a 1-point victory. Brown travels. Timeout. No, a timeout by Montana State to save the possession. Caleb Fuller calling it as Darius Brown almost got tied up in a double team, so a timeout called by Montana State. Presented by Prime Lending. Prime Lending, home loans made simple. ParentingMontana.org has tools to teach about chores, better ways to handle stress, and daily routines like getting ready for school and going to bed on time. ParentingMontana.org provides you with a way to build the skills your child needs to be successful. Montana State is eyeing their 4th Big Sky Tournament championship. It's the first time since the mid-90s that they have won 20-plus games in back-to-back years. And they have done it behind the Helena native, Danny Sprinkle, who has lost to this point just once in 3 conference tournaments. And his star player, Jabril Bello, has racked up 80 wins in his 4 years. Montana State inbounds. Darius Brown accepts it and throws out to Jabril Bello at the top. Bello moves left and gives to Brown. Shuffles right, lobs into the post for Bello on the left block against a guard. Backing into the mid-post, draws a double, turns, hooks it up. That's no good. Rebound tip, and the Bobcats clear the offensive glass. Back into the post, here's Bello. Makes the catch and draws the foul. Got hacked by Nick Maines. He wanted to make sure that Bello had to earn it at the line, which isn't always a good strategy because Jabril Bello is one of the great free throw shooters in this conference. Bello lining up the first. And that is good. Bello onto the board. His 109th point in his Big Sky tournament career. Shot 80% this year against Big Sky opponents after a slow start. The free throw line got going once we got to conference play. Next free throw is up and through. Jabril Bello did not hit a field goal yesterday, but he did knock down 12 free throws, and he picks up right where he left off today as the Cats have a 6-0 lead over NAU in the title game with just over 18 minutes to go in the first half. Bounce into the post, Maines, hands off for Tout, goes up, got blocked by Bello, got his own board, put back is good, and Carson Tout lifts the lid for NAU. 2 minutes gone in the first half. Montana State leading 6-2. Back into the championship title game. That has become quite the familiar place for Montana State. Fuller throws up to the top for Battle. Looking for the post. Lobs inside. Bello makes the catch. Hops into the paint and travel. Turnover by Montana State. Rocky Mountain Credit Union supporting Bobcat wins for over 75 years and counting. By members' choice, this financial institution is not federally insured. Each account is insured up to $250,000. NAU with the ball to our right in the road. Navy Blue Unis is the 9 seed. No 9 seed has ever made it this far in the conference tournament. Tout on the drive, missed the righty layup with Jabril Bello there on the defensive end. Bobcats with the rebound. From right to left, Darius Brown looking for the post. Lobs into Bello, back to the basket, spins, lefty hook, off the heel of the iron, no. Got his own board, put back, no. And NAU gets the rebound on the second try. Fuller pushes the tempo, and he's picked up by Patterson on the right wing. Steps up for an elbow jumper. That's no good, and Montana State grabs the rebound. It was Darius Brown again. Now here comes Raekwon Battle into the paint. Lefty layup, got it to go. Reverse layup by Raekwon Battle, and one. Battle going to the line. Raekwon Battle, despite that long night yesterday in the double overtime win, looking fresh and springy early on today. Battle's got 4. Ray played 35 minutes last night. He was in a little bit of foul trouble, which is only just a little above his season per game average. So relatively speaking, he's going to be one of the guys who is not quite as exhausted or beat up from last night. Shot by Battle is good. Able to complete the three-point play. 5 points for Battle tonight. 17:05 to go in the first half. Montana State up 9-2 over NAU, which is an electric offensive team. No lead will be safe tonight. And now a bounce pass kick by Raekwon Battle, who's coming in locked in tonight. Such a frustrating night for him early yesterday. They really weren't calling a lot. They were letting a lot go in the ball game. Battle was getting frustrated. Then early in the second half, Battle got picked up for 2 ticky-tack fouls. So he had to take a seat and just try to cool himself down. And boy, did he ever, as he ended up with the game-winning bucket in the second overtime. Fuller curling into the paint to the right side of the lane, lays it up. No, but we got a whistle and a foul called on Tyler Patterson, his first. Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Really the only other kind of candidate for a golden age of Bobcat basketball would really be mid-90s. There was a nice stretch as well there in the 80s where Montana State was consistently getting into the semis. They had the one NCAA tournament bid in 1986. First free throw for Xavier Fuller is good. But, you know, in the 90s, they made the Big Sky Tournament Championship game in 96 and 98. They were in the finals in 95, 96, 98, 99. And it was the 95 and 96 seasons in which was the last time they had won back-to-back, or had won 20 games in back-to-back seasons. Fuller knocks down the second free throw. And, of course, who was one of the star players on those teams in the mid-90s? Danny Sprinkle. Bobcats with the basketball to our left. 16:40 to go in the first half. Cats leading 9-4. Brown gets to the mid-post, throws to the free throw line for Great Osibor. Bounce into the paint, and it is stolen. Didn't have enough zip on that pass, and Xavier Fuller was able to get in the way and pick it off. Hands off on the right wing for Lloyd. Takes it out to the top. Goes back to the right wing for Fuller. Guarded by Raekwon Battle. Shuffles to his left, gets into the paint, pulls up, contested jumper, that is short. Rebound, Caleb Fuller pulls it down. Montana State pushes ahead. Here's Raekwon Battle, pulls up mid-post left side, jumper too strong, and AU the rebound. This is the pace that the Lumberjacks want to play at. Average about 71 points a game in conference. And they get up and down the floor, into Tout. Kicks it back out to the top. Liam Lloyd, the three ball, no good. Great Osibor, the rebound. Montana State with a 9-4 lead, 15:50 to go in the first half. Bobcat basketball to our left in the title game in 2023. Up to Battle. Back to Brown on the left wing. Then to Fuller. Holding at the top of the key. Now calmly dribbles right. 10 to shoot. Skip past tip but recovered. Out to Brown. Pumps the three with 5 to shoot. Steps in for a long two. Off the back iron, no good. And after a couple of quick buckets, Bobcats getting a little cold on the offensive end. Fort hands down into the mid-post on the right side for Tout. Working on Osibor, spins to his right shoulder, nowhere to go, gets rid of it up to the top, tip, and that ball is over and back into the backcourt. Bobcat basketball when we come back. All right, here we go. We are rolling late on a Wednesday night. Montana State in the Big Sky Tournament Championship game leads 9-4 over NAU with 15 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first half. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. After this, you're listening to Bobcat basketball presented by Learfield. Bridger Brewing Three Forks is now open for lunch and dinner. Stop by Wednesday through Sunday to enjoy our delicious food, craft beers, and cocktails. Bridger Brewing beers are now available at your favorite grocery stores and gas stations across Montana. Cheers to every journey being better than the last. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. We're in the Big Sky Tournament Championship game, and Montana State has the early lead, up 9-4 over Northern Arizona with 15 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first half. Already a defensive start. One of the big questions for Montana State, can they slow this NAU team down? NAU in the tournament through their first 3 games, averaging 84 points per game. They've been shooting 50% from the field, and they've knocked down 10 threes per game at a 40% clip. So the offense has carried them through. But early on, the Bobcats holding the Lumberjacks to just 1 of 7 from the field. Right now, Raekwon Battle leading the way for Montana State with 5. The Cats 9 points. Montana State basketball. Lob into the backcourt as the Cats go from right to left on the offensive end. Darius Brown works his way across the half-court line, picked up by Oakland Fort. Goes over to the right wing. Jabril Bello holds beyond the arc. Gives to Brown on the left side. Holding a ball above his head, gives it to Battle off a screen, doubled, fires into the post. Bello makes the catch, goes up and jams it down with 2 hands. And Jabril Bello becomes the Bobcats' all-time leading scorer in Big Sky tournament history with a two-hand dunk off an assist from Raekwon Battle. NAU with the basketball to our right. Hand off to Fort. Steps it up to the top. He was the one with the heroics in the upset of Eastern. Toss to the top. McLaughlin, one dribble. Still holding. Back to Tout. Then to Cone. Fires into the post. Tout pumps. Lays it. Good. That's good ball movement by NAU. That's what's made them so good. They are a high-efficiency offense, and they really run their plays to perfection. That's what that was. Montana State with the ball, leading 11-6. 14:05 to go in the first half. Ford out of the right wing. Jump pass to Osabor, mid-post right side. Back to Robert Ford, who's been a great engine for the Cats defense. Into Osabor, 8 to shoot. Osabor on the right post. Gets into the paint. 5. Osabor goes up. Got stripped out of bounds. Bobcat basketball. So Montana State with 3 seconds on the shot clock will inbound underneath their own cup. Brown readies on the baseline. Looking. Still looking, finds Battle, makes the catch, pumps the fake, puts it up, no good, off the glass, and a foul for Raekwon Battle going over the back for the rebound. First foul on Raekwon Battle. Battle earlier in the tournament reached 1,000 career points. Another 5 tonight, so he's up at 1,032. And he's approaching 900 career points at Montana State alone. Remember, he transferred from Washington. NAU the basketball. They trail 11-6, 13:35 to go in the first half. Oakland Fort tries a flat-footed 3. That's no good. Bobcats with the rebound. Brown bounces into the post for Battle, makes the catch, gets into the lane, lays it up, and they call a travel. Said he picked up that ball too early as he hopped in, so take 2 points off the board. And after a hot start for Ray, a little bit of frustration sets in after a couple of tough calls. We're in the Big Sky Tournament Championship game. Montana State trying to get to their 5th NCAA tournament. NAU with the ball from left to right. They lead 11-6, 13:15 to go in the first half. Jalen Cone with the bounce. He's been the star for the Lumberjacks, but hasn't gotten going yet tonight. Over to McLaughlin on the left wing. Bounce pass to the free throw line, extended left side. Fuller into the paint. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound tipped, loose, and the Bobcats win a hustle 50-50 ball. Montana State from right to left. They push the tempo. Here's Raekwon Battle, pumps the 3, works inside to the rack, lays it in with the right hand. He used the pump fake and then took 2 gigantic steps and finger rolled that thing in. Raekwon Battle showing off his star-like quality again tonight. He's got 7. Montana State up 13-6, 12:35 to go in the first half. Out to the right wing. Fuller to his left. Bounce into the post. Turn. Mains. Hook. No. Airballed the right-handed hook shot. Jabril Bello makes the catch. Darius Brown into the front court. Looking for Osabor. Makes the catch, but too far out high. Now he works on Mains. Fires into the post. Passes tipped and stolen. Too aggressive of a pass from Osabor. And now we got a whistle to charge. Robert Ford snuck in there, and he takes the charge again against Trent McLaughlin. Robert Ford, man, he has been an absolute menace on the defensive end down the stretch this season. And he shows it off again there, picking up a tough charge in the backcourt. The Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign to help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. Montana State early on shooting 46% from the field. Good to see after the long game last night. Meanwhile, NAU starting 2 of 11 from the field. Cats up 13-6, 12 minutes to go in the first half. Sam Leckalot into the game. He's got the dribble up at the top. Goes back to Brown, looking for Fuller in the post. Still looking, and couldn't get it there. Gives to Bello at the free throw line. Now into Fuller in the restricted area. Turn, the lefty hook is up and good. 2 points from Caleb Fuller at 18 of the quarterfinals, and had a couple of major defensive plays last night in the semifinal win. NAU with the ball. Jack Wistersol at the top. Picks up the dribble, pestered by Leckalot. Still pestered. And finally gets rid of it to Tout. Carson Tout goes to the left wing for Xavier Fuller. He works his way into the paint, stops in the mid-post, puts up a push shot. That's no good. Fight for the rebound, loose, and won by NAU. Out to the right wing, McLaughlin for 3. That's good. Trent McLaughlin was the guy who went off in Bozeman. Hit 5 threes that day and put up a career-high 19 points. And Trent McLaughlin gets going with his first three today. Montana State up 15-9. Just over 11 minutes to go in the first half. Like a lot, throws to Brown. Open right wing three. No. Offensive board. Bello back up and draws the foul on Wistrasol. Jabril Bello will be at the line when we come back. 11 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the first half of the Big Sky Tournament Championship game. Montana State leads NAU 15-9. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Real milk is a nutrient-rich product. It contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. That's 13 nutrients with seemingly endless benefits. Reach for milk and make every sip count. Sit at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position for the Big Sky title game. Montana State leads it 15-9 over Northern Arizona with 11:05 to go in the first half. Raekwon Battle leading all scorers with 7 on 3 of 5 shooting. Jabril Bello with 4 points. He becomes the Bobcats' career scoring leader in tournament history. Brown and Fuller adding a pair. Bello going to the line here in a moment. NAU a slow offensive start. They're 3 of 13. Both teams have 4 turnovers, and Montana State doing a nice job on the glass in conjunction with their strong defense. 11-5. The Bobcats are winning the rebounding battle. Jabril Bello to the free throw line. His 9th Big Sky Tournament champion, or 9th Big Sky Tournament game, and his 3rd Big Sky Tournament championship game. First free throw is good. Jabril Bello has certainly built a Hall of Fame case of the blue and gold. Trying to add to that resume tonight. This shot is up and through. Jabril Bello hits both of his free throws. He's got another 6 points tonight. Montana State up 17-9, 11 minutes to go in the first half. NAU the ball to our right. McLaughlin hands it off to Wistrasol. Ball moving around the perimeter. Given to Cone. Steps to his right. Triggers his first three. That's good. Jalen Cone has been absolutely scalding hot from downtown. In 4 of his last 5 games, he has knocked down 5 or more three-point field goals, including 6 last night in their semifinal win. That's his first of the day. Montana State up 17-12, 10:30 to play in the first half. Fuller at the free throw line. Lobs into the post. Bello makes a tough catch, lays it up. Good and one. Jabril Bello going to work. Got the assist from Caleb Fuller, and Jabril Bello going back to the line. As he goes to the line, let's pause 10 seconds for a network station identification. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball. I'm Keaton Galogly. Pleasure to be with you tonight from Boise. Jabril Bello is at the line trying to complete a three-point play. Will Gordon is our man back in the studios in Bozeman tonight. Bellows free throw. No good off the back iron. NAU the rebound. First miss for the catch from the stripe. They're 5 of 6 there tonight. Montana State up 19-12. 10-15 to go in the first half. Raekwon Battle, a hot hand early, getting ready to check in. Cone to Wistersel at the top. Tries to drive to the free throw line. The big man against Bello into the mid-post. Kicks it back out to the top. McLaughlin left around a screen. Gets into the paint. Goes to the rack. Lefty layup. No, and a foul. Ooh, look out. Bello right into all the media. Everybody okay. Now we're going to see a couple of free throws here. And for Bello, he picks up his first foul. One of the things that has really unlocked Jabril Bello's potential over the last 2 years is his ability to defend without fouling. As McLaughlin goes to the line. First free throw is up and no good. Now, one thing you can say about this era of Bobcat basketball under Danny Sprinkle is if you come and play here, you're going to get better. And when you think about the players that have reached their ceilings over the last couple of years, it is almost everybody. McLaughlin's second free throw is good. If you want to be the best basketball player you possibly can be, Montana State is a great place to do it. Montana State with the ball up 19-13, 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Bobcats setting up the offense to our left. Ford on the right wing. Goes into the middle of a 2-3 zone. Jabril Bello steps in, floats it up, and knocks it down. 8 points for Jabril Bello right into the soft underbelly of the zone. And then Robert Ford nearly with a steal off the inbounds pass, but as he tipped it, he ended up stepping on the baseline. Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. NAU with the ball to our right. Jalen Cone up to the top, works his way over to the right wing. Goes back up to the top. Ball moved around the perimeter to Lloyd on the left wing. Goes to the free throw line. Carson Tout works his way to the mid-post, spins to the right shoulder, trying to step through on Bello. Finally falling away. The jumper is good. Boy, Tout had to work hard for that bucket. Carson Tout, 6 points tonight, averaging 10 a game this year and 12 a game in the tournament. Bobcats facing another zone defense here. Out to Fuller on the right wing. Into the post for Bello. Spins to the right shoulder. Lefty hook. No, missed it, bricked it. And NAU has the rebound. Jalen Cone to his right. Crossing over. Gets into the free throw line and kicks it back out. Topside three. That's good. Nick Maines knocking down the three ball. He's a 37% shooter from there. And he makes it a one-possession game. NAU starting to lock in. They've got the look. Montana State up 21-18, 8:35 to go in the first half of the Big Sky Tournament title game. Fuller out of the right wing. Skip pass to the left wing forward as they fight through this zone. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Up to the top. Battle buries a topside three. Raekwon Battle tickling the twine from up top, and he's got 10. Battle and Bello both with 10 points apiece, and a big response three from Raekwon Battle, who's putting up some MVP-type performances. Lloyd at the top, lobs into the post. Maines makes the catch. He's doubled on the block, and he kicks it out to the top. Lloyd with 10 to shoot, fires into the right corner. Contested three, no good, and a foul. Tout went down underneath the elbow of Jabril Bello, who has just picked up his second foul. So Montana State with a 5-point lead, but Jabril Bello has just been tagged for his second personal foul with 7:58 to go in the first half. Time for a break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:58 left in the first half of the Big Sky title game. Montana State leads 24-18 over NAU. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Throw it in every once in a while. Montana's River Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of Montana's locations soon. Montana State back in the title game for the third straight year. They currently lead 24-18 with 7:58 to go in the first half against number 9 NAU. Bobcats the 2 seed. NAU took down number 1 Eastern Washington in the quarterfinals on Sunday night. Jabril Bello has just picked up his second foul after a hot start with 10 points. Raekwon Battle has another 10. And then it's Brown and Fuller with 2 apiece, and that adds up to the 24-18 lead for Montana State at the 8-minute mark of the first half. NAU with the ball to our right. They've started to warm up offensively. Cone fires to the left wing. Maines tries a 3. In and out. Tout the offensive rebound, and NAU can go back to work. That was an Achilles heel for Montana State in the second meeting this year. Tout kisses it off the window with a fall-away jumper on the mid-post left side. 8 points for Carson Tout. He'd only scored 6 combined points in the first 2 meetings, so he's already making a larger impact tonight. Montana State up 24-20. 7:20 to go in the first half. Brown up to the top. Turns the corner, going to the rack, lays it good through contact. Left-handed layup falls for Darius Brown, who's got 4 points tonight. Cone hands off to Lloyd, and a bad pass into the backcourt. Raekwon Battle hustling for it. He's got it to the rack. 2-hand slam! Raekwon Battle hustling down the floor. Picks up that loose ball and rattles the rim. A dozen for Raekwon Battle, who's putting up an MVP caliber tournament. Fuller the other way. Righty layup is good with the silencer. How about that hustle by Raekwon Battle? Everybody assumed that was going to just be an over and back, and the Cats were going to have it in inbound, and Battle said, no, these 2 points are mine. Brown throws to Osabor out on the right wing by himself. Into the right corner, Patterson. Catch and shoot 3. Yes! Tyler Patterson with his first 3 of the night from the right corner. He was dynamite in the championship win last year, and he's off on the right foot tonight. Montana State opening up a 9-point lead with 6 1/4 to go in the first half. Now Lloyd airballs a 3. Tout makes the catch, turns, and hooks it home. Carson Tout eating it up on the inside tonight. Montana State up 31-24. 6 minutes remaining in the first half in the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Brown accelerates the mid-post, picks up the dribble, throws to Osabor, looking to get it back into the hands of Fuller, and does out of the left wing. Caleb Fuller to the top with 10 to shoot. Gives to Raekwon Battle. Steps to the top. Fires from 3. No, off the inside of the orange iron. And NAU with a rebound. Montana State starting 2 of 4 from downtown. Never got a whistle and a foul. Brown went down. His cone plowed through his arm. And Darius Brown is tagged with his first foul. Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. If Montana State were to lose today, the big question would be if they would get a postseason tournament, but that's not what they're thinking about tonight. They want that premier NCAA tournament for a second straight year. Handoff over on the right wing. Cone fires into the free throw line for Tout. Handoff up top. McLaughlin off a screen into Tout. Slipping to the rack. Righty layup is good, and Osabor fouled him. And one opportunity for Tout. Osabor his first foul. And Carson Tout, an absolute menace right now in the front court. He's got a dozen points. That's what he's been averaging in the Big Sky Tournament. Montana State up 31-26, 5:28 to go in the first half. After it was a very defensive start on both sides. Montana State knocked down the first couple of buckets, but it was from their defense. Now both offenses have heated up. This free throw is no good. These two teams have combined to knock down 8 of their last 10 field goal attempts. Montana State with the ball to our left. 5:20 remaining in the first half. Cats up 31-26. Brown to the right wing. Goes to Fuller on the left wing. Looks for Osabor in the post. Tosses it down there. Osabor makes a contested catch and draws the foul as he goes up to the rack. All right, that was a tight window to try to get that ball in there from Caleb Fuller. And Osabor able to get himself to the line. Trent McLaughlin picks up his second foul. Shout out to Simpkins Holland for sponsoring our Behind the Mic feed. Got the camera on the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, streaming live on the Montana State Athletics YouTube page and on the Bobcat Sports Properties Facebook page. All right, we've got a momentary delay that is already good to go now. The shot clock and timer above one of the backboards went out, but it has been flipped back on, and it's all good. So great Osabor to the stripe. And Montana State trying to extend a 5-point lead, nearing the later stages of the first half. Osabor misses the first free throw. Great Osabor has been great in his tournament career over the last 2 years. 12 points a game, 73% from the field. He's 22 of 30 coming into tonight. Free throw is good. Osabor switched the pair, his first point of the night. Montana State up 32-26, 5:11 to go in the first half. NAU the ball from left to right. Boy, they have been battle-tested through just an absolutely grueling, heartbreaking year. Bounce pass over the left wing. Bobcats get into the 1-3-1 zone. Fort has it out on the right wing. Throws to McLaughlin. Skips over to the left wing Maines. Picked up by Patterson. Back to the top Fort. Steps to the free throw line. Tries a jumper. No. Kicks it out to the left wing for three. Yes. Nick Maines got it to go. Fort was in the air, and Raekwon Battle forced him to pass that out while he was in the middle of a jump shot, and he passes it out to Nick Maines, who knocks down his second three of the game. Cats up by three. Brown to the mid-post right side. Crossing over on Fort to the rack. Runner is up off the glass. No. Fuller the offensive board. Back up. No. Lecolot got it, and he draws the foul on Carson Tout. And Sam Lecolot will go to the line. Tout picks up his first foul. He's a guy who is obviously a tremendous player. We've seen it firsthand tonight with his 12 points. But his biggest issue has been staying on the floor because of foul trouble. And that is his first tonight. Montana State up 32-29 over NAU with 4:26 to go in the first half. And Sam Lecolot adds to it with his first point of the night. Third point of his Big Sky tournament career. This game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it more at safemt.com. Lecolot lining up the second. This shot is good. 2 points for Lecolot off the bench. Bobcats with a 6-point lead. Montana State up 34-29, 4:26 to go in the first half. NAU, first 9 seed ever to reach the title game. They're trying to get back to their third NCAA tournament and their first since 2000. When they went in 1998, they beat the Bobcats in the championship game. Cone lobs to the mid-post. Xavier Fuller's got it for NAU. Works his way into the paint, goes up, got blocked, and foul. Sam Lecolot can't believe it. Charged with his first foul. Xavier Fuller going to the line. Xavier Fuller, the fifth-year transfer. Played at community college, played at South Dakota for 2 years. First year here at NAU. Put up 23 points in the first meeting. Montana State won that in Flagstaff thanks to a hot early start. Darius Brown was the star of that game. Free throw by Xavier Fuller is good. In the second meeting, Xavier put up another 17 points. That was the game in which NAU had led for about 38 minutes. But Montana State got the win, the great Osabor bucket. Xavier Fuller knocks it down. He's got 6 points after hitting both of his free throws. Bobcats lead by 3. Montana State 34, NAU 31. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the first half. Pivotal 4-minute stretch here heading into halftime. Darius Brown lobs it over to the right wing for Caleb Fuller. On the drive to the rack on the right side, lays it good. Just beat Nick Maines with a quick first step. Caleb Fuller has 4. Montana State's offense, strong first half at 54% from the field. Tout with it, kicks into the right corner. Fort works his way into the paint, puts up a runner, airballed it short, rebound, tipped out of bounds, NAU ball. Bobcats couldn't pick it up cleanly, and they lose it out of bounds. We'll take a break from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position in the Big Sky Tournament title game. Montana State leads 36-31 over NAU with 3:39 to go in the first half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. What was that? Oh, yeah. Nice. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience that's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, nearing the end of the first half. Montana State leading 36-31 over NAU with 3:39 left in the first. And Montana State got off to a quick early start. And they have been able to weather every storm so far. They've ended all of NAU's attempted runs basically as soon as they start coming. And Cats getting star performances from Jabril Bello is 10 points. He's sitting on the bench with 2 fouls right now, though. And Raekwon Battle. Man, he is looking like his best self right now. 12 points for Ray at 5 of 8 shooting. Did have a little bit of a lower body injury in February that kind of sapped a bit of that trampoline effect that he's got in his ups. Well, boy, he is looking as good as ever tonight. NAU inbounds the basketball. Lumberjacks with it to our right. Xavier Fuller turns the corner into the paint, lays it up with the left hand, no good. Tout the offensive rebound, and NAU gets another chance, and then they turn it over. Nick Main stepped on the left sideline. Remember in the 1-point win that Montana State had at home in the second meeting, Montana State gave up 14 offensive rebounds. Starting to see a little bit of that tonight. 6 offensive boards for NAU, 5 for Montana State. MSU with the basketball. Darius Brown fires into the post. Battle turns, fires. That jumper is no good. And the rebound grab by Northern Arizona. Lumberjacks to our right, trailing by 5. Bounce to the mid-post right side. Carson Tout gives it to Cone off a screen. Rises for 3. Short. Offensive rebound by Oakland Fort in deep. And is able to kick it out. And it's picked off by Raekwon Battle, who's then fouled. Nick Maines picks up his second foul. He's a guy with an early hot hand. So Maines has 2, and McLaughlin have 2 for Northern Arizona. And for the Bobcats, only Bello with the 2 fouls right now. So that's going to force Trent McLaughlin back into the ball game with the 2 personal fouls right now. 2:54 left in the first half. Montana State leading by 5, and with the Bobcats into the bonus. Single bonus. Battle at the line. The first free throw is good. Raekwon Battle now 13 points tonight. Now is his 109th free throw make. There's number 110. He's got 14 points in the first half. Cats up by 7. 2:52 remaining in the first half of the title game. Maines holds it at the top. Gives it to McLaughlin over on the right wing. Then to Tout beyond the arc. Hand off to Cone off a screen. Fires into the post. Tout kicks it out to the mid-post left side. Xavier Fuller gets inside, hands it off, and it's through the hands of Tout. Out of bounds. Turnover, NAU. Montana State forcing the 8th turnover by Northern Arizona in the first half. Although Montana State was the defending champion, there were not a lot of teams that would believe, or people that could believe, the Bobcats would get themselves back to this point in the tournament. Oh boy, the guard play's been impressive, and that's one of the reasons they're here. Ford, right corner three. No, rebound is loose and picked up by the Lumberjacks. Throw ahead, Tout has it tipped away and out of bounds. Great Osabor, good hustle back, and able to tip that thing across the baseline. NAU will inbound, 2:09 remaining in the first half. Montana State up 38-31. Trying to end the Cinderella run by the Lumberjacks, who would certainly be a 16 seed in the NCAA tournament. Cone to his left, up to the top. Pulls up the top of the key, throws over to the left wing. Ball moved around to McLaughlin. Then to Cone on the right side with under 2 to play in the first. Cone to the top, gets space for 3. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound. Tip to Fuller, and he goes up, and the putback is good by Xavier Fuller. 8 points for Xavier Fuller tonight. Montana State up 38-33. 1:40 remaining in the first half. Fuller in the middle of his own, hands off to Osabor, lays it up short, and the Cats can't convert. Lumberjacks from left to right. Cone into the paint, gets down to the left block, forces it up, and got it to go. That was a tough angle shot. Jalen Cone just 5 points so far, but that makes it a 3-point game. Montana State up 38-35 with 75 seconds remaining in the first half. NAU fans starting to make some noise now. Well traveled from Flagstaff. Into the middle of the zone, Brown at the free throw line. Lobs into the post, Osabor makes the catch and floats it home. Good ball movement, nice patience, another assist from Darius Brown, who's climbing the career chart in that category in Bobcat history in the tournament. And a timeout called by NAU. Timeouts presented by Prime Lending. Prime Lending, home loans made simple. Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $25 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs Kids Club. The winner of this one will be waiting for the selection show on Sunday, which airs at 4 p.m. Mountain Time on CBS. The Bobcats hoping to have an opportunity to post up together and watch that. Right now, NAU trying to draw up a late play at the end of the first half. Montana State shooting 50% from the field. They're 40% from 3, 2 of 5 from downtown, sponsored by Wendy's. And 8 assists for the Bobcats on 14 field goal makes. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Darius Brown with another 2 assists. So Brown has 16 assists in this tournament. And he has only turned the ball over 1 time. And that was the big question, right? Xavier Bishop graduates, a lot of the great guard play graduates. How would Montana State run their offense? Well, the answer has been Darius Brown and Robert Ford. They have been miraculous around the perimeter for Montana State, both transferring over. Brown from CSUN, Ford from Idaho State. NAU with the ball down 5, final 50 seconds of the first half of the title game. Cone at the top, comes right around the screen, throws it into the post for Tout, kicks out to the left wing, mains for 3, in and out, Osabor the rebound. 8-second differential between the shot and game clock. Montana State will cruise across the half-court line. Darius Brown in the center logo, big green bars, sponsored by Idaho Central. Bank. Brown with the dribble up the top, works to the left wing, has the dribble to the mid-post, still moving. Now lobs into the post for Osabor, makes the catch, goes up with the left hand, couldn't finish, rebound tipped out. Patterson grabs it with 10 left in the first half. Shot clock is off. Montana State sets it up. Fuller has his pass into the post kicked, and Montana State, after the offensive rebound, will get another shot with 8 seconds left in the first half. So Montana State will inbound again. 7.8 seconds left in the first half. Montana State up 40-35. Crucial possession here. Into Raekwon Battle on the right wing. Bounce the top Patterson. Back to Battle. Driving to the rack. Floats. Off the glass. That's good. Raekwon Battle lays it in off the window, and he puts the exclamation point on an MVP level first half. Raekwon Battle, 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting, and the Bobcats have the momentum into the locker room at the break. We'll step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. At halftime of the Big Sky Tournament Championship, Montana State leads Northern Arizona 42-35. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position at First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. We're at halftime of the Big Sky Tournament title game, and Montana State has a 42-35 lead over Northern Arizona. The Montana State, so many struggles around this program for, gosh, you go back to the mid-90s, so really about a good solid 20, almost 30 years. And Danny Sprinkle strolls in the 19-20 season. The tournament gets canceled that year after Montana State went 10-10. The next year, that COVID-shortened year, the Bobcats go 13-10, 8-6 in the Big Sky, and they introduced themselves to the rest of the Big Sky with that overtime win against Southern Utah in the tournament to take down the 1 seed. They follow that up with their first Big Sky title in 20 years last season. They go back to the Big Dance for the first time since the mid-90s. And now this year, after playing one of the more grueling non-conference schedules in program history, Montana State has still found 24 wins. They were second place in the Big Sky with their 15 conference victories, which was the second most in program history, shy of just last season. And now here they are in the Big Sky Tournament Championship game, leading 42-35 against Northern Arizona. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half of action. For Montana State, they shoot a blistering 50% from the field. They go 2 of 5 from the three-point line, sponsored by Wendy's, 40% from there, and 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Bobcats, one of the best and most efficient free throw shooting teams in the country, and they led the Big Sky with 19 free throw makes per game during the regular season. NAU 42% from the field after a very, very slow start. They really got rolling. NAU 4 of 12 from the three-point line. They've averaged 10 makes per game in the tournament so far. Today is their fourth game. Today is the Bobcats' third. NAU 5 of 7 from the free throw line. NAU 8 turnovers, Montana State with only 4. The Bobcats have converted those 8 turnovers into 12 points. Montana State was leading the rebounding battle early, but NAU now out-rebounding Montana State 17-16, and they've done it with 8 offensive rebounds. Individually for Montana State, Raekwon Battle's been the star of the show. 16 points on 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and a pair of assists. Jabril Bello got into a little bit of foul trouble in that first half, which may not be the worst thing in the world after he played 44 minutes last night in the double overtime win in the semifinals against Weber State. So he put up 10 points in 10 minutes on 3 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, and Jabril Bello, now the Bobcats' all-time leading scorer in program history in tournament games today, his 9th. Darius Brown, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's got 16 assists in his 3 tournament games with Montana State. 4 points for Caleb Fuller to go along with 4 rebounds. Great Osabor with 3 points. Tyler Patterson, 3 points on 1 3-point field goal attempt. And Sam Lenkelot with 2 points off the bench, knocking it down from the free throw line. For NAU today, Carson Tout leading the way with 12 points. Montana State really slowed him down in the first 2 meetings, but Tout having a big night tonight on 6 of 8 from the field with 6 rebounds. 8 points for Xavier Fuller. Nick Maines puts up 6. Jalen Cohn with 5. Trent McLaughlin with 4. So that is the full rundown of scoring after one half of play in the tournament championship. Bobcat basketball is brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics. From your seat at the game to your driver's seat, enjoy every minute. When you're ready for something new, get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Let's start something great. All right, we'll take a break. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State leads it 42-35 over NAU in the tournament championship. You're listening to Bobcat basketball presented by Learfield. We are back in Boise. The Bobcats leading 42-35 over NAU, and Montana State trying to earn their 5th Big Sky Tournament Championship game. Raekwon Battle leading the way early with 16 points tonight as the Cats try to end the Cinderella run of the 9th-seeded NAU Lumberjacks. All right, we'll step it aside again as we get close to the start of our second half. Montana State up 42-35 over NAU at halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. This is break 3, right? Montana State trying to solidify itself as the top cat in the Big Sky and stamp this as the golden age of Bobcat basketball, and they're 20 minutes from doing it with a 42-35 lead over NAU at halftime. Montana State coming back out of the locker room now. Bobcat band cheering them on and welcoming them out, and a terrific contingent of Montana State fans in the house today. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections filled up behind the Bobcat bench, and a number of fans over on the opposite side as well. All right, Raekwon Battle 16 points today. Jabril Bello with 10, and Montana State holds a 7-point halftime lead, trying to close out a second consecutive Big Sky Tournament championship. That's been done 10 times overall in Big Sky Tournament history. Cats trying to become the 11. One more timeout before the start of the second half. Montana State 42, NAU 35 of the Big Sky Tournament Championship game. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. Montana State is 20 minutes from glory. They lead 42-35 over Northern Arizona as we head into the second half of the Big Sky Tournament Championship game. I'm Keaton Galogly. Will Gordon is our man back in the studios, and we're sitting in the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, courtside at Idaho Central Arena. 5th consecutive year they have hosted this tournament in Boise, and it's been a wonderful experience and a credit to the entire Big Sky Conference staff to put this on. It has gone so smoothly from an operations standpoint. This venue is tremendous, and it's just an absolutely terrific place to crown the biggest in the Big Sky. And Montana State starts the second half up by 7 with their star player playing like the best player in the Big Sky, Raekwon Battle, 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Jabril Bello, 10 points in 10 minutes due to foul trouble. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. Montana State will start with the basketball, and they will go from left to right. They put their same 5 starters on the floor: Darius Brown, Tyler Patterson, Raekwon Battle, Caleb Fuller, and Jabril Bello. Will the Bobcats be dancing big this year again? Find out in 20 basketball minutes. Montana State inbounds the basketball from Battle to Brown, and the Cats go to work. Into the post, Bello hops into the middle of the paint. Hook shot is short, but Carson Tout with a foul displaced him in the air with a little bit of a bump, and Tout picks up his second foul. We talk about this era of Bobcat basketball and Montana State reaching heights they have not found before. Jabril Bello is going to be at the forefront of that conversation. Certainly a Hall of Fame resume for Montana State. He was the Big Sky MVP and Defensive Player of the Year last year. First free throw is good. And if you're going to talk about Jabril Bello, you got to talk about assistant coach Chris Haslam, who helped bring him over here from England, helped stash him down at the Lamar Community College in Colorado, and brought him here for his star 4-year career as he pours in the second free throw. A dozen points for Jabril Bello in the championship game, and Montana State has a 9-point lead with 19:45 to go. Liam Lloyd to his right, out of the wing. Tosses to the free throw line. Now into the post, tip free by Fuller, and he jumps across the baseline to save it. Caleb Fuller has been a defensive star in the tournament. Darius Brown to the left wing, crosses over into the paint, kicks it back out, and then it's given back to Brown. Brown trying to move it around over to the left wing. Has the dribble beyond the arc. Now lobs into Fuller, bobbles the catch, and cannot make it cleanly, and he turns it over. Here comes NAU. Jalen Cone out to the right wing. He'll slow it down with the Big Sky logo. Chest pass to Xavier Fuller, who's been very good again today. Xavier to his right, into the paint, into the mid post on the right side, pump fake. Ooh, that was a travel. Turns, hooks it, and there is the travel. He picked up his pivot foot. That was clear as day. Took a while for him to get it, but eventually they did make the right call. Montana State with the ball, moving from left to right. Bobcats up 44-35, 18:45 to go in the ball game. Out to the right wing, Tyler Patterson has it beyond the arc. Shuffles it out, bounces to Bello, still beyond the three-point line. Puts it on the floor, into the lane, going to the rack, lays it up. We got a whistle. Oh, they called the charge. Xavier Fuller was there. I thought he was not squared up. Man, that looked like he only kind of got him on the hip. Watching the replay here. 50-50 call. Bello's third. He was a little more straight on than it looked live. And Bello takes a seat with his third, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble tonight. He's been effective when he's been out there, though, with a dozen points and 3 rebounds. Cone, pestered by Brown. Hands off for Tout. Works his way out Osibor into the lane, spins to the right shoulder, got blocked by Osibor, grabbed the loose ball. NAU resets with 10 to shoot. Bounce into Cone underneath, trying to hand it off. That ball is tipped, loose, Cats steal it away. Osibor and Fuller were there. And the defense, which has built this Montana State program up to where they are now, is stepping up big early on in the second half. Fuller into the paint, puts it up with the left hand, no good. And NAU grabs the rebound. Jalen Cone out to the left wing. Nearly had it stolen away by Osibor. Hands it off on the left side, and that's tipped out of bounds. It's going to Montana State. Raekwon Battle got a piece of it, and then it hit Xavier Fuller's foot and rolls out of bounds. It's Montana State basketball. 17:39 to go in the game. Montana State up 44-35. Trying to set up a residency in March Madness. Up to the top, Raekwon Battle. Throws back to Brown on the left wing. Up to Fuller at the top. Given to Battle on the right side beyond the arc. Into Osabor in the post. Working on Tout one-on-one on the right side. Spins to the left shoulder. Puts it up. No, but draws the foul. Tout brought the arm down, and it hit Fuller in the forearm. Or excuse me, Osabor in the forearm. And great Osabor will go to the line. Carson Tout now slipping into some foul trouble. That's his third. So Bello and Tout both in a little foul trouble here early in the second half, with Montana State leading by 9 and now 10 as Osabor pours that in, and the Bobcats have their largest lead of this championship game. Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. Second free throw is no good from great Osabor. Bobcats 13 of 16 from the stripe tonight. Montana State up by 10 for the first time tonight. Cone up at the top. This is a massive possession for NAU. Cone tries a 3. That's no good. Brown grabs the rebound. He's got over 500 of those in his career. Montana State into the front court. Brown to the left wing. Back to Caleb Fuller at the top. Lobs into the post for Osabor down to the right block. Osabor spins to the left shoulder, gets in deep. Lefty layup is no good on the reverse, and NAU has the rebound. Xavier hands it off to Wistersol. Gives it to Cone off a screen. He turns the corner, and he's able to get to the rack and lays it in with the right hand. 7 points for Jalen Cone. That's a pretty good number to hold him to at the moment, as he's put up 21 a game during the conference tournament. Montana State up 45-37. 16 and a quarter to go in the game. Osabor, whistle, foul on NAU. Jalen Cone called for the infraction, his first. Third team foul on NAU, 1 for Montana State. Darius Brown will inbound. He's been the Iron Man of this squad. And he gets it into Osabor, who's in a fist fight with Wistersol down to the right side. Osabor clears it out, crosses over, gets inside, lays it up, no, got his own board, back up, no, and he draws the foul from behind. Nick Maines fouled him as he tried to block the putback attempt, and Nick Maines has picked up a third foul. Letting a lot of that hand fighting go down to the post. Yeah, the Bobcats have risen to the occasion. I know a lot of people on the other side of the divide question if Montana State could win these types of games, these physical bruising battles when you get to tournament time, as Osabor misses the first free throw. But if you've been watching the Bobcats all year, you know that's not true. And they can win any style and type of game that gets thrown at them. And a big reason why they can do that is from all that work they did in that difficult non-conference schedule. Cats looking for their 25th win. Osabor splits the free throws, knocking down his second. Osabor's got 5 points in the championship game. Cats have a 9-point lead with 16 minutes to go. Fort out of the right wing. Xavier Fuller on the drive, gets into the lane, lefty layup, no, and great Osabor has the rebound. Montana State getting another stop. Darius Brown cruising across the center logo, lobs into the post. Osabor makes the catch, one dribble, got it stripped, and it is out of bounds, staying with Montana State. Let's take a break. It's getting late. Cats up 46-37 over the Lumberjacks with 15:42 to go in the ball game. This is the Big Sky Conference Championship. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, and you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites is a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics and the Montana State Alumni Association. Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. Montana State, it's getting closer and closer to becoming a reality. They have never gone to back-to-back NCAA tournaments. Certainly this one a long way from over, but Bobcats have been in front for almost the entire night. They're up 46-37 over Northern Arizona with 15 minutes and 42 seconds to go. NAU can get red hot, particularly from downtown. They've averaged 10 made threes per game in tournament play. So a 9-point lead for them is not that hard to overcome with the way they've played throughout the year. But we'll see if this top defense can lock them down. Cats with the ball in their own offensive zone. Darius Brown has it out of the right wing. Goes over to Robert Ford, back to Brown, into the middle of the zone for Battle. Pump fakes, goes up, floats it, no. Went through contact, no call, got hit with two arms, and NAU has the rebound. Xavier Fuller on the left wing. Trying to hand it off up top, Ford denies. Give it to Oakland Fort. He had the star shot to upset Eastern. Fort going to the cup, draws the foul. Fuller brought the arm down and hit him with his hip. Caleb Fuller's first foul. Oh, they just called that on 20. So that was Fuller down there. There we go. Yeah, we got it right. So they'll send Oakland Fort to the line. He had 13 points in the opening round game. And then in the quarterfinals, in the upset against Eastern, put up 15 points, including the game-winning three-point shot from the logo. Knocks down his first free throw for his first point tonight. Had just 2 points last night. Fort lining up the second. This shot is up and good. 15 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 46-39 over NAU. Cats are the 2 seed, NAU the 9 seed, as far as a 9 seed has ever gone in this tournament. Montana State trying to turn that carriage into a pumpkin. Osabor out high. Bounce into the post, little off the mark. Caleb Fuller can't save it before it goes out of bounds. And an unforced turnover by Montana State, their 7th. They've forced 12 of them today, though. Cats have 8 assists on 15 field goals, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. And Montana State today just 2 of 5 from 3, sponsored by Wendy's. NAU inbounds the basketball with just under 15 minutes to go in the game. Fort, catch and shoot 3. No good, bounces off the iron and ricochets over the backboard. It'll be Bobcat basketball. Osabor will head onto the floor. Jabril Bello back out onto the hardwood. At Montana's Rib and Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. Montana State with the basketball. Trying to continue a dreamlike 2-year run. They're up 46-39 with 14:35 to go. Out to Brown, into the mid-post, going to the cup, bounce pass underneath, righty layup is good with the offhand by Caleb Fuller. Terrific vision by Darius Brown. 6 points for Fuller. Montana State back up by 9. They've led by as much as 10 in the second half. 14 and a quarter to go in the championship game. Cones up at the top, crosses over, kicks into the right corner. McLaughlin for 3. That's short, long rebound, tip, and they call a foul going after the loose ball. Robert Ford picks it up. The women's championship game was played on this floor earlier this afternoon, and NAU had their women's team in it, but they lost to Sacramento State, who's going to their first NCAA tournament. They lost that one 76-63. Sac State was in control the whole night. Jalen Cone up the top, picked up by Brown. Cone to his left, coming off a screen, skips into the right corner for McLaughlin. He drives to the mid-post, working on Battle. Bounce pass underneath to the cutting Fuller, who lays it up. Good and one. Robert Ford tried to foul him hard and clean to earn at the line, but Xavier Fuller able to finish for his first field goal of the second half. Xavier Fuller, 10 points. Robert Ford, his second foul. And a chance for a three-point play. NAU's not going to back down. They have faced as much adversity as anybody has this year. They easily could have packed it in at any point in time after some of those dramatic and viral losses. This free throw is good by Xavier Fuller. But here they are, the championship game, toe-to-toe with the Bobcats. Montana State up 48-42, 13:45 to go in the contest. Jabril Bello has it near the half-court line, gives to Caleb Fuller. Bounce into the post for Raekwon Battle on the right block. Battle into the middle of the lane, turns, jumper up, no, but he goes to the line. Ooh, that one bounced halfway home and squirted out. Xavier Fuller's first foul, Raekwon Battle back to the line. Now really, when we get to the tournament awards, obviously whoever wins is going to get the MVP. On the NAU side, that's been Jalen Cone, although he's got just the 7 points today. On the Bobcat side, you can make a case for a couple of guys. Battle knocks down the first free throw, but with Raekwon Battle's performance here, he's probably in the lead of that discussion if Montana State hangs on here. Long way to go with 13:37 left. Battle's first free throw is good. The second is through as well. Raekwon Battle has 18 points in the Big Sky Championship. Montana State leads 50-42. 13:35 to go in the ball game. Nick Baines holds it out on the right wing. Hands it off to Cone. He drives, pulls up from 17 out. That jumper is short. Caleb Fuller has the rebound. Nice board by Caleb Fuller. He's been cleaning the glass with the best of them. He's got 5 rebounds tonight. Montana State runs their play. Fuller has the dribble at the top. Gives to Brown off a screen on the right side. Lobs into the post for Bello. He's doubled. Kicks it back out to Brown. Back to Bello on the repost. Back to Brown. Up to the top forward. Around to Battle on the left wing. Steps to his left. Triggers an open three. Yes! Raekwon Battle for 3. 21 points in the championship game. Montana State leads by 11. Their largest advantage of the night. McLaughlin at the top. Steps to his right behind the screen and responds with a 3-ball of his own. Don't count him out yet. 12:30 left. Bobcat bench frustrated with the way the Bobcats played that off the screen. McLaughlin is a dangerous sharpshooter. He's got 7. Montana State up 53-45. 12:20 remaining in the ball game. Ford out to Brown. Skip to Battle on the left wing. Up top to Ford, works his way into the paint, hands off for Fuller, goes up through contact and lays it good. Caleb Fuller's got 8 in his only year in the blue and gold for Montana State. What an impact he has made, and he's got the Cats on the cusp of a championship. Cone pivots, floats, short, rebound, loose, and a jump ball. Great hustle by Caleb Fuller to tie that thing up. And the possession arrow will keep it with NAU when we come back to the Big Sky Tournament Final. Sitting from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, the Bobcat faithful getting loud with 11:53 left in the ballgame. Montana State leads it 55-45 over NAU. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Last I saw was a 15 seed in Denver against Baylor. 11:53 to go in the Big Sky Tournament Championship, and Montana State leads Northern Arizona 55-45. Let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball. Sit at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position in Idaho Central Arena in Boise. Montana State trying to win back-to-back tournament championships for the first time in program history. They lead 55-45 against Northern Arizona with 11:53 left of the ball game. A hello to Paul Oren and Alex Jensen tuning in tonight, following along with the craziness of March. And certainly this tournament has had plenty of that. Typically there's really not a lot of upsets in the Big Sky. It's generally a pretty top-heavy conference, but NAU had such a crazy year. They went 5-13 in the Big Sky, and they ended up losing 10 of those 13 games by 6 or fewer points, and they had lost 4 games by a single point, a literal 1-point loss 4 times. And if you follow anything on social media, you've seen a couple of those dramatic losses they've had. Yet here they are as the 9th seed in the championship game. Inbounds pass for NAU. Carson Tout has it out on the left wing. Works his way down into the mid-post against Darius Brown. Shuffles down to the left block. Spins to his right shoulder, lays it up. That is good. Tough finish by Carson Tout. He's got 14 points. Cats only allowed him to score 6 combined points in the 2 regular season meetings, which the Cats swept it. Out at the top, Caleb Fuller. Whistle. Timeout called by Montana State. Prime Lending sponsors all timeouts. Prime Lending, home loans made simple. That'll take us to a break. 11:25 to go in the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Montana State leads 55-47 over NAU. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield. Simpkins-Holland believes in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Holland, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946. Montana State trying to break the glass slipper of NAU. The 9 seed who stunned number 1 Eastern Washington in the quarterfinals, rolled over Montana yesterday, but the Bobcats have been in control since the start. There have been no lead changes or ties in this game outside of the 0-0 start, and Montana State has a 55-47 lead with 11:25 to go in the 2023 Big Sky Tournament Championship. Caleb Fuller out of the right wing. Looking for the post, gives it to Darius Brown. Got tipped, recovers, 3 to shoot. Brown into the lane, 2. Brown forces it up, got the outside of the rim, fight for the loose ball. We've got a whistle and a jump ball. Montana State basketball. And Robert Ford, the under 6 point guard, got in there in amongst 3 big 6'5 plus mammoth men. And Ford's the one who tied it up. Robert Ford's nose for the ball is just otherworldly inside. Boy, the ability to rebound the basketball by the guards for Montana State has been a big part of it. Inbounds pass, and Raekwon Battle is fouled as his arm got hit while he tried to accept that pass. The foul is called on Trent McLaughlin, his third. One of the sharp-shooting three-point shooters for NAU. Now mop up some of the moisture underneath the cup here. Today a little bit more of a free-flowing game compared to that bare-knuckle boxing match last night, in which Montana State won 60-58 in double overtime over Weber State. Brown to inbound on his own baseline. Lobs it into Bello, makes the catch, goes up with the left hand and kisses it off the window. Jabril Bello adding to his Bobcat legacy. 14 points in the championship game tonight. Cats up by 10 with 11 to go. Maines hands it off on the right wing for McLaughlin. Working on Caleb Fuller into the mid-post. Step back, 15-footer. That jumper rattles in. Took the scenic route but fell home. And McLaughlin, he's got 9. 10:35 remaining in the ball game. Darius Brown working to the right wing. Gives to Jabril Bello up the top. Trying to hand off to Battle and does. He gets into the mid-post right side. Hops, falls away with a jumper. Short. Ooh, Bello made the catch and draws the foul. Went up to grab the rebound. Nick Maines backed into him with his backside, and Maines has picked up his 4th foul. One of their leading scorers. A guy who's top 10 in program history in points scored. And Maines has to come off the floor with 4 personal fouls. He had gotten hot early with a couple of threes, but he's run into some foul trouble. Montana State up 57-49, 10 1/4 to go in the game. Inbounds to Bello out on the right elbow. Hands it off to Darius Brown. Crosses over, gets it in with a bounce pass to Bello. Back out to Brown, triggers the right wing 3, count it! Darius Brown, the right wing 3 ball, and Montana State has an 11-point lead. 7 points for Darius Brown, who's been the heart and soul of this Montana State squad this season. Handoff out on the right wing for Cone. Cats defense trying to lock down now. Cone up to Tout, in on Bello. Bounce pass to Wistrasel, lays it good and one. Fuller with the 2nd foul. And that'll send Wistrasel to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official partner of Montana State Athletics. So Wistrasel to the stripe. Montana State up 9 with 9:43 to go in the game. Starting to get into that territory where you could wish seconds would peel off. Wistrasel misses the free throw off the front iron. Montana State with a rebound. Darius Brown has been a major contributor on the glass in this tournament. Another 5 rebounds tonight. Brown on the drive down to the left block. Stops outside the paint. Kicks it back out to Bello. Hands it off for Robert Ford on the left wing. He drives right to the middle of the paint. Bouncing to the right corner. Battle. Pumps the 3. Throws to Fuller. 7 to shoot. Caleb Fuller bobbled. And he draws the foul. Wistrasel picks up his 3rd. Fuller gets a big-time call. 8th team foul on NAU. And that'll put Montana State to the line. Spot where they struggled at the beginning of the year. And just because Montana State won the regular season and tournament championships last year, that did not mean they were the favorites coming in. Now, they were voted as the favorites right ahead of Northern Colorado and Montana and Weber State. 4 different teams earned first-place votes. But there were a lot of question marks coming into this year for Montana State after that championship season. Fuller hits the front end of a 1-and-1. Montana State had struggled so mightily over the previous 20 years before last season that the fair question being asked was that a flash in the pan? Was that just the right set of guys at the right time? Fuller knocks down the 2nd free throw. And the Bobcats had to replace a lot, even though Bello was coming back. And a couple of major transfers in the backcourt. Darius Brown and Robert Ford have been top-tier contributors. Xavier Fuller on the drive, up with the right hand, missed the layup with the defense from Bello, and Caleb Fuller clears the rebound. Another one of the first-year Bobcats looking for his first Big Sky championship. 9 minutes remaining in the game. Montana State up 62-51. Chance to put the foot on the neck of the Lumberjacks. Brown at the top, throws to Fuller on the left wing. Hands off for Ford off a screen, curls into the paint, goes up, and a jump ball. Good defense by Jalen Cone to get in and put his hand on the rock. Possession arrow goes to NAU. .8:45 left. Montana State up 62-51. NAU from right to left. Jalen Cone, who has been unstoppable in the first 3 rounds of his Big Sky tournament, has been slow tonight. 3 of 8 from the field, only 7 points. Over to the left wing. McLaughlin holds. Gets it to Cone. He's picked up by Ford. Great defense by Ford to fight through with Cone. He gets to his right up to the top. 10 to shoot. Toss into the post for Tout. Back out to the left wing, McLaughlin. 5 to shoot. McLaughlin, and a foul. They called out on Raekwon Battle. His arms were straight out. He was staying in good position. He was shuffling, had his shoulders squared up. And Raekwon Battle picks up his second. 6th team foul on Montana State, which is another testament to how great Montana State has been defensively. They do such a good job defending without fouling. Up the top, McLaughlin. NAU needs an offensive run. Bounce to Tout, into the free throw line, into the paint, turns to the right shoulder, lays it up, good, and one. What more can Bello do? He was kind of backing away, and Bello has picked up his 4th foul. His arms were straight up, and sometimes you see that contact underneath. I'm looking at the replay right now. No, he was shuffling his feet, his shoulders were squared, his feet, or his hands were straight up, and they called him for the foul. In a conference and in a league in which they've got a reputation for being really, really tough. They don't call anything. You really got to just kind of punch somebody in the jaw in order to get called for a foul. A light ticky-tack like that is out of the ordinary. Bello with 4 fouls, but he still has 14 points, and the free throw on the front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. And great Osabor has the rebound for Montana State. 8 minutes left. Montana State up 62-53. Try to solidify themselves as the top program in the Big Sky, and they've been playing from in front all night. Caleb Fuller out on the left elbow. Up to Osabor at the top. Holds at the free throw line now and throws it back out to Brown. Into Osabor, 5 to shoot. Osabor down to the right block, 4. Osabor with 3, still with the bounce, 2. And a foul called on NAU. And Carson Tout has picked up his 4th. They've really started to tighten up the whistles, which would certainly favor Montana State. And the Bobcats will be at the line when we come back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. In the Big Sky tournament title game, Montana State leads 62-53 over NAU with 7:36 to go in the ballgame. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. ParentingMontana.org has tools to teach about chores, better ways to handle stress, and daily routines like getting ready for school and going to bed on time. ParentingMontana.org provides you with a way to build the skills your child needs to be successful. I know it's late, past the 11 o'clock hour, but the Bobcats trying to make it worth your while. 7:36 to go in the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Montana State leads 62-53 over NAU. You're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. And I know for a lot of Bobcat fans, this run over the last 2 years feels surreal. Before Danny Sprinkle came in 4 years ago, the Bobcats were 1-8 in the Big Sky Tournament over 10 years. Winning a game in the Big Sky Tournament was a success. The expectations have changed, and Montana State is leading late with an opportunity to earn back-to-back conference titles. Great Osobor going to the free throw line for Montana State with a 1-1. The front end is up and good. Future continues to look bright for Montana State regardless of what happens over the last 7.5 minutes. And a big reason why is this young sophomore, Great Osobor. It's going to be hard to say goodbye to Jabril Bello, but Osobor will certainly shine brightly as things continue over the years. And the next free throw is good for Great Osobor. He's got 17 points tonight, and he's averaging over 12 a game in his Big Sky Tournament career. Montana State up 11. Fort, oh, what? That is an awful call. Fort just drove in. He jumped backwards. He led with his shoulder into Raekwon Battle's face, and they called Battle for the foul. That is an embarrassing call. Fort jumped backwards into Battle. They just showed the replay. That is an atrocious call as Raekwon Battle gets up. Fort was running in. Battle was behind him on his hip. And Fort, instead of jumping to the basket, jumped backwards and led with his shoulder into Battle's jaw. He wasn't trying to jump to the rim. He was jumping into Battle's face, and they called Battle for the foul. That is a disgusting call. That was not right. Fort didn't jump to the rim. He jumped backwards. Watching it now, he beat Battle off the dribble, felt him on his hip, and jumped backwards into Battle and hit him in the jaw with his shoulder. And then they called Battle for the foul. That is tough. So they're taking a look at it now, but you can't overturn the foul on Battle. I can't believe they would call that on Ray. He was behind Fort. I did not see which way he's jumping. He jumped away from the basket. So they're taking a look at the monitor right now. Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. Montana State hoping to extend the career of Jabril Bello and Caleb Fuller and play deeper into the postseason. And Danny Sprinkle is going to be continuing to raise his stock around the coaching circle across the nation. Is proven to be the kind of guy who knows how to win here in March. He's now 7-1 in the Big Sky Tournament in his career and a chance for his second tournament title. The officials are done looking at the monitor. They're having a conversation here. After Oakland Fort jumped backwards away from the rim and into the jaw of Raekwon Battle. It was basically, he got beat on that first step. And there was really no business for Fort to be jumping that way. And now Sprinkle's going to get an explanation. And so will head coach Burkar. Trying to reach some lips here. So right now, Sprinkle's still getting the explanation. Fort's going to shoot free throws. They can't add anything. They look back at it, and it wasn't like it was a dirty play, but a bad call. It's just the way it is. Officiating basketball is more of an art than a science. And Battle got an explanation, then just laughed in the face of the ref. First free throw is good for Fort. Battle, a calm conversation, keeping his head in it. Turns and gives a thumbs up to Sprinkle. Sprinkle tried to call him back to reality. Fort's second free throw is good. Hopefully that is not a big call that changes the tide. All right, time to lock back in. This is an experienced Bobcat squad that has been in every type of fire you can imagine. And right now they've got a 9-point lead with 7:22 to go in the Big Sky Championship. Osobor down on the right block. Back to the basket. gets into the paint with the left hand, puts it up, no, too strong, and they called Osobor for the foul coming over the back. Second foul on Osobor, and now they're calling everything. And it's going to walk NAU back to the free throw line, and this is advantage NAU. It's a tournament in which they typically don't call a lot, and they weren't in the first half, and now they're calling every whisper, and now if you're both sides, you got to kind of readjust here. NAU getting another opportunity. Battle and Fort, by the way, they're kind of laughing about that call against Battle as Nick Baines knocks down the free throw. So that once again kind of speaks to, it wasn't like it was a dirty play or a menacing, like intent to injure play. It was just kind of funky, and Fort knows he got away with one. Baines' second free throw is good, and now it's up to this experienced Bobcat club to put that in the rearview mirror and not let that be a defining moment in this game. Montana State up 64-57, 7:12 to go in the contest. Fuller gets it to Ford deep in the backcourt. He sprints across the timeline and slows up at the right wing. Bounce into the post on the right side, Osobor. Clears out that space against Chow. Osobor holds, puts it on the floor. Working back toward the right block. Little help defense coming down, trying to jab at it. 10 to shoot. Osobor works his way into the paint. Gets down to the left block, lays it up and got it to go around town. What a finish by Osobor. Terrific patience by the sophomore. He's got 9. Cats up by 9, 67-57. 6:35 to go. Hand off to Cone at the top. Stops on the right elbows. Fuller got in front of him. Gives to Fort. Whistle. Foul. Fuller called for it. His third. Sprinkle wanted an offensive foul. And the official is starting to become a story down the stretch here. So that puts Oakland Fort back to the line, and if NAU is going to come back in this game, this is kind of the way to do it. They are a 75% free throw shooting team, and they're starting to rack them up now. The front end, or excuse me, the first of two rather, is up and good. Oakland Fort, 5 points all at the stripe, all in the second half. He's an 82% free throw shooter this season. Another is due. This is up. That is good. The lead cut to 7. Montana State 66. NAU 59. 6:28 to go in the game, and a foul called on Fort as Darius Brown accepted the inbounds pass. First foul call on Fort, and now the fouls are going back and forth over and over and over again. Turning this thing down into a grind. I know some people thought last night's game was ugly, the lack of foul calls and how much contact there was, but it's uglier just watching all this start and stop. And, you know, look, I don't know, that is probably a foul, but at the same time, that wasn't what they called for the first 35 minutes, and that's why this thing is getting funky now. First foul shot is good for Darius Brown. One of the best free throw shooters in the conference at 91%. What a year for Darius Brown. He's got another year of eligibility after transferring from Cal State Northridge. 47% from the field, 41% from the three-point line, and 91% from the free throw line as he knocks them both down. Montana State up 68-59, 6:20 to go in the ball game. Jalen Cone across the half-court line. Works his way over to the right wing. Cone with the bounce. Into the paint, kicks to the corner. Fort, right corner three, got it. Oakland Fort heating up. Montana State up by 6. Battle gets tripped from behind. It's turned over on the inbounds pass. He got his feet tangled up with Xavier Fuller. Now McLaughlin with a 3. That's no good, and Battle makes the catch. Truly tremendous how few calls Raekwon Battle gets. I don't know why. Got tripped. Montana State with the ball. Are you calling everything or are you calling nothing? Decision needs to be made. Then the guys can adjust. Brown lobs to the post for Osobor in deep on the right side. Kicks it back out. Brown back into the repost. Osobor on the right block. Lobs it out. Pass tip. Brown wins it. Gets into the lane. Kicks to the left corner. Here's a 3. Short. Long rebound, and Ford got it. Missed the 3. Got his own rebound. Cats reset. Ford on the left wing looking for the post. Jabril Bello sitting on the floor or bench with 4 fouls. 9 to shoot. Darius Brown dribbles with the left hand. Go to the rack. Lefty layup is good. Darius Brown flashing from the top. He has been that cool drink of water in the midst of a drought all season long, and what a quick slashing take to put that one home when the Bobcats need it as the tide was beginning to turn. Jalen Cone spins against Ford, puts it up with a floater, good and one. Ford stayed in front of him. Where was the foul on that? And Cone could have been called for a double dribble as he kind of bobbled it on one of those dribbles. Man, that is just, I don't see where that foul was. I just saw the replay. It's hard to see where the contact was. Ford was staying straight up. Didn't really like he was pushing out with his lower body. And Jalen Cone, who has been slowed down for the first 35 minutes, is starting to heat up. Temperature starting to turn up now with 4:50 remaining in the ball game, and here comes Jabril Bello with the 4 personal fouls. Cone completes the three-point play. He's got 10 points, but he's been averaging 21 a game in the tournament. Montana State will left to right. 4:50 remaining in the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Bobcats up 70-65. Darius Brown walks across the half-court line now. Fort was there pressuring the ball. That clock can't turn fast enough in Bozeman. Over to the left wing, back to the top, around to Ford on the right side. To Fuller on the right wing, into Battle in the right corner. He tries the three, yes and one! Raekwon Battle, chance for a 4-point play as he tries to put an MVP stamp on the Big Sky Tournament. 24 points for Raekwon Battle. And even that was a gentle call. McLaughlin with his 4th. I don't think that was a foul. I think the Cats catch a break. He might have gotten the bicep of Battle. And Ray going to the line, finally getting a call. And he buries the free throw. 25 for Raekwon Battle. Montana State up 74-65, 4:20 to go. Nobody's hit more big shots this year than Raekwon Battle, and he just put another one in the bucket with that 4-point play. NAU the ball, Cone to his right, lost the ball, able to pick it back up, working on Brown. What great defense by the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. Ford on the drive, lays it up and in with the left hand. Oakland Fort heating up in the second half. NAU not backing down. Don't tell them they're a 9 seed. Montana State inbounds, facing the full court pressure. After the pressure off the inbounds pass, they call it back, and the Bobcats into the front court now. Montana State 74, NAU 67, 3:45 remaining in the Big Sky Championship. Looking for the post. Over to the right wing for Ford. Crosses over down to the baseline on the right side. Works his way down into the left corner. Gives it to Battle on the left wing. Battle with 4 to shoot. Battle's got the bounce 3. Battle at the top. Got blocked. And it's picked up by NAU, and they throw it away. Sprinkle is livid. He thought a foul should have been called on that 3-point shot, which is why Ray lost it. Did it hit the hand or it hit the forearm? And Danny Sprinkle looks like he's ready to get into a brawl. Man, oh man. Are you calling it tight or are you calling it loose? Just pick one. Let's take a break in the finals of the Big Sky Tournament. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 3:22 to go. Montana State leads 74-67 over NAU. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Yeah. I didn't see the replay. Did he hit him on the arm? Yeah. Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign to help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. 3:22 to go in the ball game. Montana State up 74-67 over Northern Arizona. The Lumberjacks had both their men's and women's programs into the championship games today. The women lost to Sac State, and Sacramento State, their first ever Big Sky Tournament championship. And Montana State trying to hand the Lumberjacks an 0-2 day on Championship Wednesday. Montana State will face some pressure off the inbounds pass going from left to right. Up 74-67. Inbounds to Brown. Picked up by Fort deep in the backcourt. Showing off some handles. Works his way across the timeline, and he's into the front court, an offensive set. Lob to Caleb Fuller up at the top. Fuller holding, gives to Brown over the left wing. Throws to Battle off a screen, and a foul away from the ball. Robert Ford ended up on the hardwood. On who? 33. Carson Tout, that's his 5th. That's a huge call. Carson Tout, who scored 12 points in the first half, fouls out after scoring just 2 points in the second half. So Tout is done. NAU does not have the same depth Montana State does. Very few teams around the country have the same kind of depth that Montana State has, particularly in the front court. Tyler Patterson getting ready to check in for Montana State. With all the fouls called in the second half, Robert Ford going back to the line. His numbers won't jump out at you, but when you watch him play, he certainly passes the eye test. First free throw is good. If you remember at the beginning of the year, he was trying to kind of get his feet back underneath him. He was a former All-Big Sky team member at Idaho State before he transferred. Had an injury last year, so it was a slow kind of rebuild for him. And about midway through the year, just found another gear and has become one of the defensive stoppers on the best defensive team in the Big Sky. That free throw is good. Ford hits them both. Montana State back up by 9. 2:55 remaining in the championship game. Ford on the drive, down to the right block, pump fake, hands it off. Pass was tipped, recovers out of the right wing. Gives to the left wing, Cone. Guarded by Brown. Cone steps to his left, fires from 3. That's no good. Rebound tip, put back no. And on the second try, the Bobcats bring it in. Caleb Fuller with a rebound for Montana State. Push ahead, Tyler Patterson. And he slows it down. The clock is your friend. Montana State on the cusp of their 5th NCAA tournament berth. Darius Brown working on Cone, just trying to keep some space. Timeout called by Montana State. Timeouts by the Bobcats, sponsored by Prime Lending. Prime Lending, home loans made simple. A nervous optimism rippling through Bobcat fans who have made the trip about 8 hours west here to Boise. Montana State tries to do something they have never done in their long history, and that's go to back-to-back NCAA tournaments. Looking for their 4th Big Sky Tournament championship. They won in 1986 when they beat NAU in the championship game. They won in 1996 with Danny Sprinkle as part of that squad. And they won last year in 2022 as they announced their presence with authority, winning both the regular season and tournament championships. Bobcats trying to play until all that snow melts in Bozeman. Got a chance to do it with a 76-67 lead with 2:16 to go in the second half of the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Raekwon Battle inbounds to Darius Brown. Only 7 seconds to shoot. Brown dribbling left, up at the top. He's got 5. Brown spins into the paint, kicks into the left corner. Robert Ford for 3. Got it! Robert Ford, left corner 3-ball, and he gives the Bobcats their largest lead of the night with 2 minutes remaining. Cone falls and is able to maintain the possession. Then Ford tips the pass. NAU conserves. They're able to pick it up. Fall away jumper. Xavier Fuller got it to go. Timeout NAU. Whoa, what a sequence. Caleb Fuller down on his chest and in pain. A frenetic few moments. Ford hits a late shot clock three from the left corner. He was one of the guys. Remember, Montana State has struggled to hit three-point shots all year long. And Ford able to knock one down late. And then a couple of passes were tipped. NAU was just absolutely on fire. And Xavier Fuller somehow hit a fall-away jumper to get to 13 points. Fifth-year grad transfer. Inbounds pass into the backcourt. Darius Brown makes a contested catch. 1:45 left to reach the summit of the Big Sky. Cats up 79-69. NAU hasn't backed down, hasn't blinked. Bobcats playing from in front all night, trying to prove their championship medal. Darius Brown on the other side of the half-court line with 8 to shoot. Brown bent over the bounce, 6. Brown at the top, 5. Brown at the free throw line, 2. Got to heave it up. No. Rebound, NAU. They call a foul on Jabril Bello. Tough, and Bello is fouled out. Tough calls against Jabril tonight. And a heartfelt round of applause. There's a lot of Bobcat fans here who have just watched the last minutes live of Jabril Bello. He's the one who will turn this program around. Every great coach has a great star, and for Danny Sprinkle, it's been Jabril Bello, and he'll take a seat for the final time in this tournament. Xavier Fuller knocks down the free throw. Jabril Bello, 14 points tonight. Over 120 in his tournament career, most ever by a Bobcat in the tournament. Next free throw by Xavier Fuller is good. Timeout called by NAU. Order, earn, enjoy. It's that easy to earn free food with My McDonald's Rewards. Get exclusive offers and rack up rewards today. Download the app now. Montana State 79, NAU 71. 77 seconds left. A timeout called by Northern Arizona. Raekwon Battle, 25 points. He'll certainly be on the all-tournament team. The question is, who's the MVP? If the Bobcats hang on here. Battle scored 21 in the quarterfinals, 17 in the game-winning shot in the semifinals, and he's got 25 points tonight. If the Bobcats close this thing out, which is not a done deal yet, Raekwon Battle get my vote for that MVP. The guy who's got another year of eligibility. Jabril Bello has been steady Eddie in that front court, becoming the Cats' all-time tournament leading scorer in tournament history. One of just 5 guys to score over 100 points in the Big Sky tournament while wearing a Bobcat jersey. Excuse me, one of 4 guys. Danny Sprinkle, Tyler Hall, Jabril Bello, and Nate Holmstad. Montana State staying locked in, fighting through a 50-minute bruising battle last night to still come out and score 79 points. The fact that they have had enough legs to shoot 50% tonight after that double overtime grueling matchup last night is nothing short of a miracle. And they needed it. They played good defense against NAU, but they're such a dynamic offensive team, and they've scored 71 points. Patterson to inbound. Raekwon Battle accepts it. 1:15 remaining in the championship game. Hand off to Brown. Trying to get through a double-team trap, and does across the timeline. Lost the handle, but recovers again. Gives to Caleb Fuller. Montana State up by 8. A minute remaining. Fuller gets in underneath. Pump fake, lays it. That is no good, but he draws the foul. What a stamp Caleb Fuller's put on this program in his only year here transferring from UC Davis. 18 points in the quarterfinal. And Fuller going to the line after the foul on Nick Maines, who was also fouled out now. So 2 of the star players for NAU, Tout and Maines, both fouling out. And Montana State is right there on the edge, up 79-71. 1:01 remaining. If the Cats finish this thing off, be in the range of that 15 or 14 seed. They were a 14 seed last year, but you would imagine they could get to that as well. Their net ranking's been around 100 all year. They played a really difficult schedule. They went to Oregon. They went to Arizona. They played in a really dynamite mid-major tournament over in Montreal against Greensboro. They played against Middle Tennessee. They played against Quinnipiac. Played at Grand Canyon. Fuller at the line. The free throw is no good. Cautious optimism. Cats fans don't want to jinx anything. You can feel it. Shot is no good. Fuller missed them both. Door is still open with a minute remaining. Cats up 79-71. Cone up at the top. Pushes off. Steps back for a right wing three. That's no good. Patterson wins the rebound in traffic. And then they call they blow the whistle. They're talking about either a jump ball or a foul. They say it's a jump ball. Bobcat basketball. Patterson collected that rebound with one hand because his arm was being held down. Cone only had that jumper because he used a heck of a chicken wing to shove off there. Cats have it up by 8, 47 seconds left. Fuller into 4, deep in the backcourt. Jump pass to Fuller. Caleb racing across the timeline into the front court. Hands off for Darius Brown. Now he's double teamed and a timeout, no, foul. Foul called by NAU. Xavier Fuller picks it up and Montana State trying to put this one on ice. And now all of Bobcat country standing and rising to their feet as Darius Brown goes to the free throw line. Montana State wouldn't be in this position without him. First free throw is good. 11 points, make it 12 points for Darius Brown in the championship game with another 4 assists. Next shot is up and good. Cats lead by 10 with 36 seconds left. NAU rushing from right to left. Fort on the right wing tries a three. Yes. Timeout NAU. Oakland Fort silences the Bobcat crowd. And NAU tries to keep just a little bit of life in this thing. Montana State 81, NAU 74. The expectations previous 10 years before Danny Sprinkle was just win a game in the Big Sky tournament. They only did that once in 10 years. Now Sprinkle, an opportunity to go to 8-1 in his tournament career as a coach. Looking for his 13th Big Sky tournament win as both a player and a coach after his storied and Hall of Fame career here. 30 seconds left. Got to maintain the possession here. Montana State's had the best turnover margin in the Big Sky this year. Ball control has been one of their strengths throughout the year, and they need it now more than ever. Fuller will inbound. On the running baseline, gets it into Darius Brown, deep in the corner, dribbles through traffic, picks up the bounce. He's trapped on the sideline. Got to get rid of it, and they call a foul on NAU. Boy, they were close. And the Cats catch a break as Wistersel is called for the foul, his 4th. Montana State up 81-74, 25 seconds left in the tournament championship. And Darius Brown is going back to the line. Brown missing just 6 free throws all year. Knocks down his first, trying to put the final nails in the coffin here. Montana State up 82-74 with 25 seconds left. Next shot, good. Cats up by 9. They have led all night from wire to wire. Shot clock off, 22 seconds left in the championship. Cone into the paint, puts up the runner, got it to go after a hearty shove of Darius Brown. He's walking away, saying, what more can I do? Jalen Cone getting away with all these push-offs. It's kind of surprising because it seems so obvious with the way he extends his arm. But again, NAU not backing down. Montana State up 83-76, 19 seconds left. Big Sky championship game. timeout by Northern Arizona. We've got the Ribbon Chop House post-game show coming up after all this. Get some interviews after that if Montana State hangs on here. They haven't led by more than 12, and credit Northern Arizona. They have just been fighting and fighting. Jalen Cone, another year of eligibility. He'll be dangerous. Same for Tout. Nick Maines is a sixth-year senior, so he'll be done, but Trent McLaughlin will be a junior. So they got guys. They'll be back. Montana State up 83-76 with 19 seconds left. Fuller to inbound. Gets it into Ford deep in the backcourt. His pass then stolen away by Lloyd. Hands off for Ford, and he traveled. Is that what happened? Where'd it go? Where'd they call the foul? I think he traveled. Boy, they just stole that inbounds pass. They had an open look. Oh, he stepped on the baseline? I don't think he did. I think that's a break for Montana State. Looked like his toe was just shy of the baseline. And now they are reviewing it all here. I know we have pointed out some calls that have gone against the Bobcats, but Montana State has gotten lots of calls in this game too. The Cats up 83-76, 16 seconds left. The Big Sky Tournament Championship. Caleb Fuller playing through pain. Darius Brown hasn't had his full legs. Raekwon Battle fought through a late season injury. They're still taking a look at this here. Yeah, he was not out of bounds. And that takes a two-point field goal off the board for NAU because they had made the pass and he was wide open. The official was right on top of it. "16 seconds left, stringing this thing out. We'll get past midnight at any hour here. At least Montana State on the cusp of making it worth your while. So they are still reviewing this last play as Montana State tries to close out their fourth tournament championship. Some of the women's players still here. They were upset by the 7-seed Portland State in the quarterfinals. They were one and done. But still plenty to celebrate for Bobcat basketball fans. The decade of the Bobcats, the 2020s, slowly but surely becoming more and more of a reality. I don't know that they had a clean look. We're looking at the replay on the video board, and it wasn't quite clean on the look. Everything we've seen, it does look like it was a bad call and that they shouldn't have ruled that out of bounds. And NAU, if they hadn't ruled it that way, they would have had an easy layup, which would have made it a 5-point game with 16 seconds left. And they are still reviewing this play late. Yeah, he was inbounds. I saw a better look at it. He was inbounds. So that was a bad call and a big break for Montana State late. So still waiting and waiting. So look at this last play, viewing the possession. They've been there for a minute here, really cooling things off late in this ball game. Put 17.2 on the clock. Okay, they've added some time. Inadvertent whistle, they're giving the ball back to NAU. I think that's the right call. So 17.3 left in the game. Montana State up 83-76 in the Big Sky Tournament Championship. Inbounds out to the right wing. This three is in and out. Rebound tip. Fuller wins the rebound. 10 seconds left and a foul on NAU. And that just might do it. 10 seconds left. Montana State up 83-76, trying to finish this thing off. Montana State trying to earn their 25th win of the year, their 8th straight, and their 2nd consecutive Big Sky championship. Fuller to the line. Final nails in the coffin are placed. And that free throw is good. 84-76 Montana State. 10 seconds left in the championship game. This shot is up and good. Caleb Fuller putting in the dagger free throws. 10 seconds left. NAU from right to left. Cone at the top. Blocked by Darius. No! That was a block by Darius Brown, and they called him for a foul. Sprinkle gets the look from the official. That is another absolutely atrocious call. What? That was all ball. I'm watching it right now. He got up, hand on the basketball, and what would have been a beautifully poetic moment with the Defensive Player of the Year getting the big block. That will not be it. So Cone will go to the line for 3 free throws. Man, that is an awful call. But Cats continue to rise up through it. Both teams deal with the same thing. And for Montana State, they're 5.7 seconds away from getting into NCAA tournament officials. They're going to call it a 2. He had his foot on the line. 85-76, Montana State leading, 5.7 left. So a 9-point lead with 5 seconds. You're feeling good. The Cats try to finish this thing off. So Jalen Cone, first of 2. This one is up and good. 85-77, and another proof point for Montana State after that 60-point double overtime win, putting up 85 points tonight. And that shot is good. He hit them both. Montana State up 85-78, trying to finish it off with 6 seconds left. Patterson throws ahead. Raekwon makes the catch, and that will do it. Raekwon Battle will let it roll out. Put a stamp on it. You are witnessing the golden age of Bobcat basketball. Montana State is the 2023 Big Sky Tournament champion. The confetti shoots into the air, and Montana State is back-to-back Big Sky Tournament champs. Cats advance to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd consecutive year. First time in program history they have gone to back-to-back big dances. Montana State, the top Cats of the Big Sky, they win it 85-78 over Northern Arizona behind a historic performance from Raekwon Battle, who put up 25 points. This is the greatest 3-year stretch in Bobcat basketball history, and they're dancing again. There's no dust on those dancing shoes. Montana State continues on in March as the rain of confetti falls in Boise, where it is painted blue and gold. Montana State wins it. The 2 seed moving on. Danny Sprinkle, the Golden Bobcat, with an 8-1 record in Big Sky tournament play as the head coach. What a journey for the Bobcats. Montana State wins it. Stick with us for the Raven Chop House postgame show. The Cats are Big Sky champs. They win 85-78. You're listening to Bobcat basketball presented by Learfield. Congrats, Coach. Yeah. 10-4. Oh, fun. Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Montana State has won it 85-78. They are back-to-back Big Sky tournament champs. First time they've ever gone back to back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and this is the year once again. Cats win the semifinal in a grueling defensive matchup, winning 60-58 in double overtime, and they flex their offensive muscle in the championship with an 85-78 win today. And Raekwon Battle, an MVP-worthy performance with 25 points. We'll hear the tournament team here soon, but if Battle is not the MVP, I would be shocked. The Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. The gray Big Sky Championship hats are on. The baby blue and white confetti is being picked up off the floor and dropping it all over the place. Everybody's got their phones out. Parents are down on the floor taking pics, and everybody's celebrating now as Montana State has won it. And Danny Sprinkle, 8-1 in Big Sky tournament games. Guys got their Facebook, Instagram, TikTok lives going out on the floor right now. The celebration is on. Montana State 25-9. They finished the Big Sky season 15-3, which was the second most Big Sky wins by Montana State, second only to last year's 16-win championship season. And after they had all those questions in the backcourt about who would be their point guard, how would they get things rolling in that regard, it's the transfers, Robert Ford, Darius Brown, Caleb Fuller, who have carried this team to a championship. And if this is, in fact, going to be the decade of the Bobcat, this is another feather in that cap, and Montana State proving themselves as the best basketball program in the state and the best top basketball program in the Big Sky. Montana State winning the conference championship 85-78. They're on to the NCAA tournament. They were a 14 seed last year. We'll see where they get placed this year. They played a more difficult schedule. They went to back-to-back NCAA tournaments now, back-to-back 20-win seasons. First time since the mid-90s that they have won back-to-back 20-win seasons. We're joined now by Mr. March, Danny Sprinkle. Coach, you're 8-1 in the Big Sky tournament over these last 3 years. What's the key to success in March?
It's called having really good players and a really good staff. You know, all the staffs I've had have been tremendous. This year has been a blast, man. It really has. And it's been hard because the last 365 days, man, with that bullseye on you, that's not easy. And bringing in 3 new transfers and still, you know, maintaining our culture and developing that and enhancing it has been, it's been so rewarding, you know. And I got to give a shout out to Coach Haslam, man. He's stuck with me. He's been here 4 years. Andy Hill's been an absolutely unbelievable addition to our staff. His perspective, his, defensively, he's tremendous. And Johnny Hill, man, he's just been phenomenal. He's so fun to be around. You're around us so much, you know how good of people they are. And when you have good people and you have great players, good things like this are going to happen. But can't thank Bobcat Nation enough for coming and supporting us. You look at this place. I mean, it was blue and gold for us.
No doubt.
It was awesome, man. But I hope the people are partying and spectators and the R-Bar and cannery and all that tonight, man. We'll be back soon.
No doubt. How did you take this backcourt? Darius Brown, Robert Ford, Caleb Fuller. You would not have this championship without those guys. How do you build that program with those guys coming? How do you get them to mesh into a program and a team that was already so established?
You got to recruit high-character kids. If they didn't have high character, they're not going to buy in. They were all really good players at their former schools too. And they knew some of them, like Robert Ford, he had to kind of take a step back too. He was a starter playing 35 minutes, and he accepted his role very similar to how Raekwon did last year. And that's what teams do. And when you do that, good things like this happen. Rob Ford's going to have a ring the rest of his life because of his sacrifices, and he's continued to get better. And we don't win the championship without him.
No doubt. They are announcing right now
Awesome.
Raekwon Battle is the
MVP. Man, that's big time, baby.
Of the Big Sky tournament.
That is big. I'm so proud of that kid.
How well earned with his 25 points today. MVP. Special.
He's special, man. He's a tremendous talent, and he deserves this, man. He's worked very, very hard and been through a lot, and I couldn't be happier for him.
No doubt. And Jabril Bello, first team as well, and
Damn
he closes out his Big Sky Conference career as the all-time leading scorer for the Bobcats in the tournament. What a special run he had down the stretch here, especially last night, wearing that blood on his jersey like a badge.
No question. He's not just one of that. He's one of the best bigs ever to play in the Big Sky Conference, and so deserving. I mean, 2 times. How about 2 times?
Yep. 2
times in a row, man. I can't wait for Selection Sunday.
All right. No dust on those dancing shoes, Coach.
Damn right. All right, baby.
All right. Head coach Danny Sprinkle. Appreciate him jumping on with us today. And he looks up now and celebrates with Cat Country that is here as the Bobcats have painted Boise blue and gold. Raekwon Battle, the Big Sky Tournament MVP. Jabril Bello, all-tournament team as well. And Montana State wins it 85-78, and they turned the carriage into a pumpkin, ending the Cinderella run by the 9-seed NAU. Tip of the cap to the Lumberjacks, man. They are a tough team to beat 3 times in one season, but Bobcats got it done. Their 10th consecutive win against Northern Arizona, and after they flexed their defensive muscles last night in the semifinal win, it was the offense that carried them to rarefied air. First ever back-to-back NCAA tournament berth for Montana State. It is their 4th all-time NCAA tournament, 5th all-time NCAA tournament, and their 4th Big Sky Tournament championship. They're handing out the medals right now. The student manager, JT, one of the first to get it. Brent Ritter, who had to work his tail off, especially yesterday, the athletic trainer getting his medal right now, well earned, and nothing but daps and high fives for all that are in the white jerseys today. And Montana State, the best team of the Big Sky. Montana State wins it 85-78. More to come on the Raymond Chop House postgame show. Let's take a break. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Okay, and this is break 2, correct? Great. Back at the Ribbon Chop House post-game show before we're joined by assistant coach Andy Hill. Let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball. Montana State, the Big Sky Tournament champs, on to the NCAA tournament after an 85-78 win against NAU. I'm Keaton Galogly, joined now by assistant coach Andy Hill. Coach, you got the medal around your neck, the Big Sky championship hat on. How you feeling right now?
Oh, man, there's no feeling like it. I've been fortunate and haven't been back in a minute, so this is awesome. It's indescribable.
The fact that you guys won that defensive battle last night, 60 points in 50 minutes, then you come out tonight and you put up 85 points with the MVP performance from Raekwon Battle. What does it say about your team that you can win that type of game and this type of game on back-to-back nights?
Yeah, I think it says a lot. Our guys have battled through a lot of games, and being able to play a defensive-minded game where it's a little bit of a rock fight, if you will, and then being able tonight to kind of score with them, it shows that we have some versatility, and it's a credit to the guys that they're able to, to adjust and play those type games.
You guys were the best defense in the Big Sky as another confetti cannon goes off in the middle of the arena. The trophy being hoisted up here by Coach Sprinkle.
Yeah.
What a scene. What a beautiful sight.
Oh,
you want to
man.
get in there, Coach?
I'm good. I'll help
right.
you out, buddy. I can see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Your defense. Why is this a championship-level defense?
Well, it starts with the team, as always, the players. They're bought in, and they pay attention. They're locked into scout detail. They care. They read through stuff, and they go out and try and execute it. So it really is a credit to them, and it's pretty special.
How much fun was it watching Darius Brown grow as a defender over the course of the year into the Defensive Player of the Year this year?
Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. Just watching him grow and do that is amazing, and he's bought in and become a great defender.
No doubt. Coach, congratulations.
Yeah.
Go jump in there. They
All
got
right,
the pictures.
buddy.
Go get in
Thank
there.
you. Yeah.
All right, Assistant Coach Andy Hill joining us. We appreciate him jumping on for a few moments to join us as part of the celebration as Montana State has won the Big Sky Tournament Championship for back-to-back seasons. And the season goes on. Jabril Bello gets to put that Montana State jersey on at least one more time, and you'll be able to mark it on your calendar on Sunday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time on CBS. It's the selection show, and the Bobcats will be selected as they head to their 5th NCAA tournament in program history. Looking ahead for Montana State, presented by Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats. We'll do that right now with Montana State again winning today through the quarterfinals, semifinals, and now today. And for Montana State, TBD. Last time I checked, they had them at a 15 seed, which I think was a little surprising. And potentially playing a 2 seed like Baylor. Could see Montana State maybe in somewhere like Denver or Sacramento, which is hosting a couple of the first rounds this year. They're putting right now the sticker on the big bracket board that they've had, that each winning team has put the winning team's logo on as a sticker. So they're doing that right now with all the cameras and the media surrounding that big bracket, which is now completed. But you figure Montana State's going to probably, you feel like they got to be a 14 seed. That's what they were last year. They put up another 25 wins this year. They played a grueling non-conference schedule against some of the great Pac-12 teams and some tremendous mid-major programs as well, and they still got to 25 wins. They were 15-3 in the Big Sky, so you figure they've got to be a 14 seed. If that's what they were last year, I think we'll see something like that again this year. And now we're going to see the ladder being broken out here momentarily, and the nets will be cut in just a moment. Let's take another break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. It's a championship brand of the Ribbon Chop House postgame today. Montana State wins 85-78 over NAU to become the Big Sky Tournament champions. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. Thank you. Back on a championship edition of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State wins it 85-78, back-to-back Big Sky champs. The ladder is out. The 2023 championship poster is up on the backboard right now, and the guys all smiles as they are dancing for the second straight year. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. We're going to get some more guests. We have talked to Coach Sprinkle. We've talked to Coach Andy Hill. We'll get at least one player at some point. Carter Ash getting an opportunity to hold on to that trophy right now. And again, they're going to start clipping down that net here any moment. But let's get to some of the stats from this ball game for Montana State. They shoot 50% in the victory, a night after they just played a grueling, mauling 50-minute double overtime game against Weber State. So 50% for Montana State from the field, 6 of 10 from the three-point line, all three-point field goals sponsored by Wendy's. And Montana State 31 of 37 from the free throw line. They turned what was a real weakness for them at the beginning of the year into a tremendous strength. In Big Sky play, they knocked down 19 free throws per game, and they continued that up here, 84%. NAU 46%. They never backed down. A tip of the cap to Northern Arizona for their unprecedented run, first ever 9 seed to reach the Big Sky tournament. They go 7 of 21 from 3 and 83% from the free throw line, 19 of 23. NAU 13 turnovers, Bobcats with 11, and Montana State wins the rebounding battle 30-27, which was not easy. And that was something that really did hurt them in that second meeting, which they did win, but it was darn close. So they win the rebounding battle today. Cats had 10 offensive rebounds overall in the victory. Individually today, Raekwon Battle, the MVP of the tournament, puts up 25 points tonight. He's going to have a chance to break Jabril Brello's all-time career scoring record in the Big Sky tournament next year if everything continues to go according to plan for the Bobcats. So 25 points for Raekwon Battle, 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. All of that after he had the game-winning alley-oop dunk last night in the semifinal win. So again, Battle 25 points tonight. Darius Brown, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a menace distributing the basketball during this three-game tournament. Jabril Bello, 14 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Would have been more, but he ended up with some fouls and fouling out late in this game. But he was extremely effective when he was out on the floor tonight. So Jabril Bello, 14 points tonight. Caleb Fuller, 12 points on 4 of 6 shooting with 8 rebounds. Fuller was one of the absolute defensive stoppers in this ball game and throughout this tournament. He's a guy who's playing just the 1 year here at Montana State after transferring from UC Davis, but Montana State wouldn't be here without him. And Caleb Fuller, another big, strong performance today. Robert Ford, 5 points, 2 rebounds. He was another guy that helped build this conference best defense throughout the course of the year, and we saw that time and again, and some terrific work out on the glass. So Montana State getting the win against NAU to secure the Big Sky Championship for Montana State, and they are back-to-back NCAA tournament berths. So good for Montana State. Excuse me for that. Just getting some players lined up here. First, Jabril Bello, the first one to climb up, and he will snip off the first of the net right now. And the second time he's going to be able to tie that to a championship hat after helping lead the Bobcats to it. Oh, he's good. He knows exactly how to do it, cutting that thing down. One swipe, knows exactly what to do. Leave the scissors up there. We don't want anybody getting hurt with that. Let's get joined here quickly by Robert Ford. Rob, we're not going to let you miss too much of it, but Robert Ford, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the championship. Tell me about how you're feeling right now. First year at Montana State, and you're sitting on top of the Big Sky, man.
Man, this is a an out-of-body experience, and I'm so happy I could do it with this group of guys. Man, I don't even know what to say.
Tell me about defense, man. Tell me how hard you guys played on defense and how hard you guys were able to bounce back after that game against Weber last night.
I think that was our main focus. Like all year, we've been preaching it every day since the first day. I got on campus. It was defense. If we're not gonna play defense, then we're not gonna get in the game. So coming in, we didn't care about offense. No, we said it would come, and that no matter how offense is going, on defense we're gonna get it going. And after last night's game, it was a long one. So we just had to get fluids and get prepared for today.
Were the legs heavy today after that?
Definitely, just start
but
a little bit.
They're going to be light now. Go clip down some of that
For
net.
sure, thank you.
All right, Robert Ford joining us. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Robert Ford, a champion with the Bobcats, and he's going to go cut down some of that net right now as Montana State wins it 85-78. So appreciate Bill Lamberty out there. It's great. Osabor cuts down a piece of that net. We're going to get at least one more player here as the Bobcats taking down NAU, and they are the Big Sky champs. Back-to-back seasons. This is the golden era of Bobcat basketball, the greatest, most successful 3-year stretch for Montana State, and it's led by Danny Sprinkle, and it's been built in March. They announced their presence with authority with that win against #1 Southern Utah. 3 years ago now. They win the tournament and the regular season title last year. And now after earning 15 regular season wins, and they earn a championship here in the Big Sky tournament. And we're going to talk with Caleb Fuller here in just a moment, another one of those key contributing transfers who help keep this program rising in the right direction as Montana State gets the 85-78 win. So let's get joined by Caleb Fuller now. He's got a piece of the net in his hat, a championship cap, a medal around your neck. Caleb, how you feeling right now after a title, man?
I feel phenomenal, man. It's the most fun game I've played in. It's the most fulfilling experience and fulfilling feeling, and I'm so happy for everyone that's here. All the Montana State fans, all the team, all the staff, everyone that's been a part of this journey. I'm so happy for everyone.
What's it say about your team that you can go out, win a 60-point double overtime game last night, bounce back, put up 85 to win the championship tonight?
Toughness, man. We're the toughest team in this league, and we showed that. It was a grind against Weber State. They were a great team. And for us to come back out and jump out on the NAU the way we did today, unbelievable.
Why was this the best defense in the Big Sky this year?
Because of Jabril Bello and Darius Brown. That's why we're the best team. I mean, everyone guards, but Darius Brown's the head of the snake, and then when you got Jabril packing the paint, and when he subs out, you got great packing the paint, man. Like, the defense is going to be great when you've got guys like that.
Finally, Danny Sprinkle has the most wins by a head coach in Bobcat history in the tournament. What makes him so successful in March?
Guy's a winner. He's a winner. It's in his DNA. All he knows is winning, and that's all he cares about is winning. So, yeah, I love playing for Danny, man.
We all love watching. Caleb,
yes,
congrats.
sir.
You're a champion. We got more basketball to play.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Keaton.
All right, Caleb Fuller is Montana State is the Big Sky tournament champ. They win 85-78 against Northern Arizona. All right, let's take another break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Bobcats are champs. It's the decade of the Bobcat, and they are dancing for the second straight year, 5th NCAA tournament in program history. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield. saying goodbye to the behind